Hey folks, David here with Roll the Dice Games. Update on Tomb Runner's Design Diary. This is the fourth video in the series, I believe. Excuse my voice. I came down with some kind of sickness this weekend and very congested and hoarse, sore throat. Today I want to talk about something I'm working on, that is the DM screen for Tomb Runners. And it's a trifold DM screen. So far, I've just got some placeholder art from the book on the outside. I made my own little screen here with some printer paper, label, sticky paper for shipping labels in the 5x8 size, so it's 2 per panel. Trifold, because as you can see here, these are just 6 pages from the book, and these 6 pages are the core rules. So this is all the gameplay rules. And these aren't even sized correctly because the goal or the concept is going to be for the final DM screen to be this form factor. This is the trifold DM screen from the Mothership core set. And I love this form factor. This has got, you can see here, it's got all the information, all these tables that you need to run the game, all the different damage and survival, ship ranges, travel costs, wound tables, that kind of stuff, the death roll table, that kind of thing. This has so much information in a small form factor, and I really love this for an at the table reference size because it sits at the table well below sight lines. It doesn't feel like you're isolating yourself from the rest of the players, but it lets you still have a little bit of space to organize your stuff, make some notes that the whole table can't see, that kind of idea. So I have to find out where Mothership got their package printed and find out who can make DM screens in this size. I really love this size, and I think this would be a natural fit with the Tomb Runners book. So here's the book, or here's one of the proofs in the A5 size, 8 by 5.5 or 5 by 8.5 inches, and there's that screen. So it's almost 1-to-1 perfect fit, which is great for throwing in a bag. You could put this in a little sling bag even, and then all you need dice wise for this game, if you've been following along, you know, all you need is D20 and D6 die. So you can have a small little pack of, you would need at most for any roll 3 D20. But of course, with just 3 dice, you can re-roll, and it's easy to track 3 roll results, take the highest or lowest. And then for D6, theoretically, you need up to 10. If you're running a really high level game with tier 10 threats, monsters, weapons, that kind of thing. But for general play, a handful of D6 is all you'll need. So if I do include some custom dice with Tomb Runners for the campaign, it will have 3 D20 and then a handful of D6. And then I would probably go ahead and do the full set of 10, but for low level games, that's easy. And that lets you spread out the D6 around the table, because in low level games, you only need, say 2 to 3 at most for most rolls. Another exciting announcement, I have finalized the beta rules for playtesting. I've exported the final draft for beta. I've got it on Google Drive. If you are interested in seeing it, reading it, playing it especially, follow me on Bsky. I'll link below. Send me a message there, and I'll send you the link to download that. You can print it out. It's going to be sized to print. You can just do 2 pages per sheet like this, and then you can fold it up, make your own booklet, or of course just use it as a PDF. It's sized for that and ready for that, for just iPad or laptop screen, whatever. It's pretty much what I would call zine complete. Subject to some changes. I need to do a design pass on some feats, some of the class design elements even though it's classless, some of the abilities that lean towards certain classes, that kind of idea. They need a design pass because I've changed some of the math. Recently, I changed starting equipment. You start with 5 supply worth of items. That just lets players have a little bit more fun from the start instead of 4 supply previously. That lets you have 1 tier 2 item and as many items as before. So you can have a healing potion, which every player should take, a piece of armor, a good weapon, and a couple of pieces of equipment. I need to make a suggested starter kit list, or like a table of starter kits for people, depending on what type of class they want to play. If they want to play like an armored character, then they're going to take probably a tier 2 armor set and a shield, as well as a basic weapon. And there's 4 of your 5 slots there. So then you take a potion, and that's all you've got to start. But having a tier 2 armor, a tier 1 shield, and a weapon, that makes you, like, for level 1, you're a very formidable defensive character that can really get in the thick of things without much fear. Similarly, if you're playing like a roguish character, you could take 2 daggers and a poison kit, and then you could take some rope and a potion, and that gives you the full kit of stuff you would need to do like an infiltration, heist or assassination kind of thing, mission. So there's a lot of fun within the kit building for a level 1 character, and having 1 more supply kind of sways things heavily, a lot more heavily than you would think when you're familiar with the game. So that's that. What else has come along that I need to... Oh, some design talk. I did want to talk about... Let me pull the mothership screen back out. My favorite thing, aside from the size and the form factor of this, the table they have in here for tactical considerations. This is a genius chart, and I've already made my encounter builder page that has stuff like this, but I wanted to go over this because it's a D100 table. What is it? 12 results? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11. It's a 12. It's a D12 table, but it's spread out for a D100 because everything in Mothership is what, D100, D20, D10. No, they got a little of everything on here. Anyways, this table is just a chart of things you could put into a space during an encounter that can change things up, and that's similar to what I did with my encounter builder. But I really like some of the stuff they have in here and the way they phrase it. So if you roll an 8 to 15, the result is kinetic potential. And that means that there's explosive objects or terrain in the space. So you can populate your, say they're fighting in a hallway, there's some explosive barrels, like the traditional Doom, the red barrels. Or 16 to 23, there's a breach. One side is entrenched and easily defendable. So give yourself some terrain, or give the players or the enemies some natural terrain features that they can hide behind. There's the ambush result. Hold on. There's a spider on me. Sorry about that. A little tiny... Thought it was an ant, but it was a spider. Or there's a... this one is really interesting. A rules of engagement result. One side must be non-lethal. That completely changes the way the players or the enemies are going to fight if they're, say the enemy, you roll that for the enemies, and they're just trying to, tie up the players and kidnap them. Or the... there's a environmental element that is extremely dangerous or lethal. So like a vat of acid, or in a fantasy setting, like there's like a flow of lava somewhere on the map, and that creates a natural interactive element that you can play with. And that really fits in really well with Tomb Runners, with the idea of, you know, just swinging a sword's not going to do much, but, you know, you knock a enemy into that environmental hazard. That could be another way to fight. You could use a wind spell to push enemies off of a ledge, and then they fall into the lava, that kind of idea. So that's a really cool table. I really like specifically the way they word the results, like kinetic potential, because that's like perfectly phrasing that there's something there that could be used that could really fit, I mean, literally explode things, but just like phrasing in that way of like, there's potential here for something cool. So obviously my nose is running. I feel kind of terrible, but I wanted to make another video mostly to say, please reach out if you are interested in going ahead and play testing. Someone commented on another video that they were following along and ready for the game. Another person asked where they can get it. So if you see this, and I'll try to reply to your comment as well on that video, and hope you see that and get a notification. But follow me on Bsky. It's Roll the Dice Games. I think that's it. If not, search Tomb Runners. I've got some posts on there. Just search Tomb Runners on Bsky and you will find it. And just send me a message on there, and I'll send you the Google Drive link and get some playtesters, get some eyes on this for feedback. If you have experience in copy editing, in design, in playtesting, any of that stuff, and you have feedback already, share. Feel free. This is my first game design, and every time I show it to someone, they have something new that I haven't thought of, and that's really vital for fleshing out the gaps in my knowledge and my experience. And you know, when you make something, you stare at it so long that you stop seeing what's not there. You know everything that's there, and you think that's all encompassing, and it's definitely not. So yeah, if you get a hold of the playtest document, please feel free to share any insight, any feedback, any thoughts on it, and mostly enjoy it. Hopefully you like what you see. If you're requesting a copy, then I'm pretty sure you like what you've heard so far. So I think you'll be pretty happy, at least with most of it. Maybe there's a couple things you don't like, and that's the kind of thing I'm looking for feedback on, of course. And if you love it, that's great too. So thank you. I'll talk to you soon. When I'm feeling a little better, I'll make another video. I know I said I was going to do one on the computer showing layout stuff. I haven't got to that yet because I haven't been doing any work on it on the computer since this. So I'll see you soon. Thanks.